Hello there.
Throughout the Clone Wars, the Separatists had a ton of generals, and while most were droids, there were a couple of generals that were sentient species, such as Admiral Trench and Asajj Ventress. But none of them even come close to General Grievous. This cyborg warrior was one of the lead generals of the Separatist army and was feared throughout the entire Republic and the Jedi Order, due to him being practically unstoppable while wielding 4 lightsabers. In a previous YouTube short that I posted earlier this week, I discussed how General Grievous got his first lightsaber. In today's video, I will be discussing the top 10 interesting facts about General Grievous. But before we get on to the top 10 facts, let's discuss who and his backstory. Before joining the Separatist army and becoming a cyborg, General Grievous was a freedoms fighter on the planet of Kalish, where his name was originally Kwamin Jao Shalau. I'm sorry if I messed that name up. His home planet was torn apart by the Huk War. The basic premise of the war was that a technologically advanced Huk species was attempting to enslave the entire Kalish species. While serving as a freedom fighter, General Grievous would quickly be viewed as a hero to all of his people due to him leading multiple successful attacks on the invaders. After this, he would continue on to hunt down Huk species, destroying all of their colonies on multiple worlds in an attempt to wipe out their species for good after they killed his lover. The Huk, realizing that they were in a lot of danger, would call the Galactic Senate for support and convince them that it was the Kalish who started the war, and they would even send out Jedi to go protect the Huk. This would make General Grievous hate the Jedi and the Republic, viewing them as corrupt. As General Grievous's attacks continued, he would eventually gain the attention of Darth Sidious, who thought General Grievous would make a valuable asset to their future plans. And he would go on to order Count Dooku to go acquire Grievous at all costs. Around the same time, Grievous would be leading in another attack on the Huk to get revenge. As they boarded the shuttle to extract the revenge, the shuttle would explode due to it being rigged with explosives. After that, Dooku would retrieve the barely surviving Kalish warrior, as he would blame the attack on the Jedi to fuel Grievous's hatred of them. After he awoke, he would beg his captor to let him die with his men, due to that being a typical ritual for the warriors. But it would then be revealed that he was wanted to lead the droid army, and after some convincing, General Grievous would accept their offer, and thus would begin the transformation to turn the once humanoid general into a cyborg. And after that would become the infamous General Grievous that we all know and fear today. And now with his backstory out of the way, let's get on to the top 10 cool facts about General Grievous. Starting off with number 10, General Grievous actually hated droids. Now, I know it's probably hard to believe that the leader of the droid army would actually hate droids. I mean, he's literally a cyborg, but it's true. General Grievous viewed every droid as stupid and useless. He also viewed them as inferior due to them being non-organic. We see this on multiple occasions in the shows and books, seeing destroying the droids he served alongside with, typically out of anger and rage. Although the only droids he did respect were his Magna Guards, he followed him everywhere. At number 9, we have General Grievous's mind being altered. As I've mentioned before in his backstory, Grievous was severely injured when his shuttle exploded. As he was being changed into a cyborg, Count Dooku had his mind altered so that he would enhance his anger for the Jedi and the Republic, but he also had his mind altered so that he would not remember some of his past. It also made him a much more aggressive in almost every way. The 8th fact on this list is that General Grievous killed Mother Talzin. After being captured by Darth Maul, Grievous and Darth Sidious would head to the planet of Dathomir to exact their revenge on Mother Talzin and Maul. Also, fun fact, at the same time, Mother Talzin was one of the only surviving members of the Dathomirian Night Sister species. After locating Maul and Talzin, Grievous and Sidious would engage them, with Sidious taking on Mother Talzin and Darth Maul taking on Grievous. Sidious would barely manage to defeat Mother Talzin, and after weakening her, Grievous would deliver the final blow, leaving Maul truly alone, but he would manage to escape to live on to fight another day. At number 7, we have General Grievous having Sifo Dyas's blood in him. After barely surviving the crash, Grievous would begin to be transformed into the cyborg general, but as a process was taking place, he would also be given the blood of Sifo Dyas to keep him alive, and to also try to get him a bit of force sensitivity. Unfortunately though, he would not gain the force sensitivity, but would go on to survive due to Sifo Dyas's blood being transported into him. But let's face it, if Grievous was force sensitive, he would have been unstoppable. This next fact is very unknown among the Star Wars community. At number 6, we have General Grievous and his collection of red lightsabers. And while General Grievous might have had a ton of Jedi lightsabers, Grievous also had the largest collection of Sith lightsabers in the galaxy. Eventually though, his collection of blood red lightsabers would be discovered by 2 dark Jedi, known as Kai and Li, who stole 2 of his lightsabers. And after tracking them down, Grievous would engage them in a duel, and after defeating them, the sisters would throw his collections of red lightsabers into an acid lake, destroying them before leaving the planet, never to be seen again. General Grievous would be enraged by the discovery of his collection of Sith lightsabers being destroyed, and after this, he vowed only to collect Jedi lightsabers. At fact number 5, we have General Grievous's first Jedi kill. While many Star Wars fans may have believed that General Grievous was not present on the Battle of Geonosis, he actually was, but he was ordered to stay in the shadows by Count Dooku, who feared he was not ready to engage the Jedi yet. As the general stayed in the shadows, he would watch and memorize the Jedi's fighting styles, looking for any potential weaknesses. After the clones evacuated the remaining Jedi from the battle arena, there would be one Jedi who remained, a Jedi named Yersi Madu, who attempted to catch the fleeing Separatist leaders Griffs by heading into the catacombs. There, Grievous saw this as a perfect opportunity to get his first kill. He would then attack her with nothing but an electro staff, quickly overwhelming and killing her, taking her lightsaber to be the first of many in his collection. Our next fact at number 4 is General Grievous' kill count. Now this fact is a little tricky due to there not being a specific number. In Legends, it is said that he killed around 50 Jedi towards the end of the Clone Wars, but in canon, the number is in the hundreds. Although we don't know the exact number, we can estimate how many Jedi he did kill. Number 3, we have General Grievous making the way for Darth Vader. While General Grievous may have been known for his cybernetics and lightsabers, he should also be known for foreshadowing the fall of Anakin Skywalker and the rise of Darth Vader. Because when you think about it, there's a lot of similarities between the two, whether you like it or not. For starters, they're both warriors at one point or another, fighting for what they believed in. They both became cybernetic warriors, and they both had their lives ruined by the Sith. And to top all things off, they even had the same cybernetics. At fact number 2 on this list, we have the time where General Grievous would fight Boba Fett. After receiving his first off-world mission by the infamous crime lord Jabba the Hutt, his mission would be to assassinate the leader of the Techno Union known as Wat Tambor. After attempting to assassinate Wat Tambor, he would later go on to discover that General Grievous was on the planet as well, and would engage the general in a duel, but would be severely outmatched and quickly defeated by the cyborg, being forced to fake his own death and retreat, meaning that it finally solves the question, who would win in a fight, Grievous or Boba Fett? But then again, this is just a young Boba Fett. Who knows what would happen if Boba Fett was fully trained. At the final spot on this list, we have General Grievous being revived after the Clone Wars. During the Galactic Civil War, a group of cybernetic scientists would be hired by the Empire to retrieve General Grievous' body. This project was known as the NK Necrosis droid. After recovering the General's body, or what remained of it, they would start working on it by first adding an enhanced robot brain to it. But due to him having his brain replaced, he would have no memory of lightsaber combat, and would need to be trained again. He would later be trained with a double-sided lightsaber. The lightsaber was said to be powered by Darth Bane's kyber crystal, known as Bane's Heart. But shortly after this, a scientist would steal General Grievous and the other projects they were working on for his own personal goals. But eventually, it would be discovered by pirates, who after discovering his base, would destroy everything inside of it, including the NK Necrosis droid. The pirates would also go on to sell the remaining parts to the invisible market. There is also a rumor that the General Grievous' mask would eventually fall into the possession of the Grand Admiral Thrawn. General Grievous is undoubtedly one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. He has such a unique backstory, and is undoubtedly one of the strongest characters in the Star Wars galaxy at the time. But that wraps up our top 10 facts about General Grievous. What is your favorite fact about General Grievous? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.